Yeah, and we both, I know you mentioned you graduated in '08. I was '07. So we kind of grew up in that still go to college, but it may have not been the right time to really go to college, right?
Yeah,
Like
for
so
sure.
so and I was kind of the same way. It wasn't like my parents are like you're going to college, but it was like, okay, you either go to college, you join the military, or you just get into the workforce. Which
Yep.
which option
Yep.
do you want? And I didn't like the other two, so I went to college. you know,
That's exactly
and
it.
I always joke, for me, my degree doesn't mean anything. I didn't use it for 1 second. I didn't interview for one thing I went to school for, which is fine. But it's always interesting, and I think now, I don't have kids, but I think parents nowadays are a little bit more open to, hey, you want to go start your own business, or you want to just go into the workforce, or you just want to, it's not necessarily college is the gateway
Right.
to getting that good job or that good career, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's a good point, man. I mean, it was always, I mean, we're a year apart, so it was
yeah,
always like, okay, college is the top choice, and then you've got like these second tier options.
right.
If you don't do college, well, I guess you can choose one of these other two things. And certainly after a life, almost a second life now in entrepreneurship, I definitely want to encourage my daughters to explore other options, whatever that is. And heck, in 16 years, man, I mean, who knows how different things will be. But John, we didn't have
Right.
Facebook impacting our decisions or
Yeah.
Instagram. I mean, I remember I got a flip phone like 6 months after I started at Subway. I was like
Yeah.
16 years old, and so, gosh, we have friends now that are like 8 years old. Their kids are 8 years old. They have an iPhone already. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy moly! So it
Yeah.
is. It's not like we're old men in an old generation, but it was different than what we experience now. And to your
Right.
point, college was almost like the natural thing after high school. Like you didn't really give it a whole lot of thought because the other options were like almost second class options, which they
Yeah.
certainly aren't. And
Yeah.
so it's a mindset shift for sure.
And with the speed of technology and the things that are at kids' fingertips these days, that entrepreneurship, obviously now it's way more available. It's easier to access. It's talked about a lot more.
Mhm.
But I was just listening to a podcast the other day, Tim Ferriss, and he had Zuckerberg on there. And it's just crazy to think he was only 2-3 years older than us when Facebook started.
Yeah.
So I think we had Facebook in '07, '06. I don't know when
Yeah.
I actually
But it
started,
was only
but
for college kids at that
yeah,
time. Remember that?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Shout
it's
out
just
to the Amish.
interesting. Yeah, it's just interesting, with what's available now, and how that's going to greatly impact whether the college and whatnot. But
Sure.
I wanted to kind of go back a little bit. Graduation, or sorry, working at Subway, right? First job, 15 and a half. First,
Mhm.
I guess steady job. Did you do that throughout high school? Did you play any sports? Did you get into anything else?
Yeah, so I did. I worked at Subway for, gosh, like 3 years. I made a lot of subs, man. And I can still, to this day, 15, 16 years later, tell you every number of pieces of salami on every sub. Weird, the things that your brain remembers. I worked at Target for a little bit,
Yeah,
and it was a Target that had a Starbucks in it. So I actually did like 4 or 5 shifts at Starbucks. I don't remember any of that. I wish I did.
yeah,
But I was actually a band geek. So, my parents, I played the trumpet. I don't know if I even have my trumpet anymore. I obviously haven't played it in years, but they asked, they didn't make me, but they asked that I do marching band for 2 years to, just build like life skills, right? You,
yeah,
you, you just learn a lot in sports and choir and band and whatever it is. And so after 2 years, they gave me the choice, a little bit more of a choice. Like, hey, if you want to keep doing it, great. If you don't, then you have to do something else, right? So I
yeah,
I did 2 years of band. I did quit marching band after the second year. In hindsight, I probably would have stayed in. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was in the moment. But I joined the tennis team, and brother, I am not good at tennis, and I did it like just because my parents were like, you have to be involved in something
yeah.
extracurricular. I'm not an athletic person. Um, but I did. I played tennis for 2 years. It was fun. I was terrible, man. I mean, it was like, if the team was counting on me to win 1 point, not a match, a point, we were dead in the water. So I actually still play tennis with my wife today. I'm a lot better now, but in high school, I was this goofy kid. I actually had real long, shaggy hair, like
Oh
it
my
was like
gosh, dude.
a on the top of my head, like a mop or whatever.
After
And
this, we will have to, I don't know. I'll have to find, I'm going to my parents this upcoming weekend. So I'll have to find, we have a lot of similarities that
yeah,
I
you
didn't
got the
realize.
old
So
shaggy. Yeah.
yeah, I had long
Uh,
hair. My parents made me be in the band for junior high and 1 year of marching band. And I grew up in a small town south of Youngstown.
okay.
And I was actually in the high school marching band as an 8th grader.
Oh man.
So I did junior high and then the 1 year, but it was actually my 8th grade year. And then after that, I stopped. I also played the trumpet. So
Man, we
I
should
can't,
get the band back together.
I can't even tell you any notes
Me
anymore,
either,
but
man. Hey, that's probably for the best. That this was the time you probably remember this, John. This was like right when American Pie came out, and so everybody thought that the old band camp joke was around,
but
and yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I did it for 2 years. I actually had a good time. I was in junior high band as well, and then eventually, marching band for 2 years. Met a lot of people. Dated the same girl for almost 4 years who I met in band, and I built actually my one of my best lifelong friends I met in band, and still to this day we're still super close. And in hindsight, probably would have done it more, but
yeah,
didn't happen. So
no,
yeah,
it's just so funny.
it's
I get,
hilarious. Played the trumpet as well. So
yeah, I get on here with people and I'm like, man, we got some similarities, and
yeah,